Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with you today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. And we are here to have fun and to make some cards and just chat and see what's going on today. So let me make sure that we're on live. I have to check my computer to make sure. I always have to do this and a couple times it hasn't worked. So there we go. Okay, let's see. Checking my lighting and everything. Good to see you guys today. I know it's very cold in the rest of the country. I'm kind of wondering. Tracy, good to see you. How's your weather? We're going to do like a little weather check and see how your weather is. It's in the 60s here today. Linda, good to see you. Roz, happy hump day. Thank you. It's nice. It's a nice day here. I just hate to brag because I know so many of you are in bad weather. Linda, good to see you. Tracy, 22 degrees. Oh my. Yeah, it's been in the 60s here, but of course, Marcia Long, good to see you. That's why this is a really good place to live, San Diego. It really is. You know, just the weather is really mellow. If you can stand the cost, it's pretty high priced here. Kathy, good to see you. Balmy 23 in Illinois. But you know, there's something to be said for being able to wear a jacket. I got a cute white fuzzy jacket this year, and I gave one to my daughter for Christmas. And I'm telling you, we can only wear them, you know, if you get up in the early morning in December, and really not even December, January and February, because it's just not that cold here. Mid 50s for Roz near Orlando, yes. Cloudy, rainy Oregon for Jeanne. That is one thing about Oregon and Washington, but it's so beautiful. Diane Emerson, good to see you from Alabama. And Marcia Long, 42 in Texas. Yeah. Yeah, Texas gets really hot and really cold. Polly Libby, North Carolina. How's your weather there, Polly? Really, North Carolina, all these states are beautiful. They really are. I have been to North Carolina, and it's just so pretty. I feel like if I had a choice, I might move there because I just liked it so much. We went to Charlotte, North Carolina for a stamping conference. Were you there, Polly? I know Polly's a demonstrator. So I wonder if you were there. And for those of you who are demonstrators, who's going to Houston in March? It's coming up soon. It's about 2 months from now. Linda Leonhardt, 19 in Pennsylvania. Oh, burr, burr, burr. Oh, very cold. If you're a demonstrator, there's a big conference in Houston in March, and I'm getting excited to go and see my friends from all over the country, mostly U.S. people, but out of country can come if they want, but the other countries are having their own conferences. But I'm getting anxious to go. I usually travel with my friend in downline, Dr. Robin Dawes. She and I usually hang out together. We travel together from here, and we're looking forward to it. Tina, you were there, and you're about an hour northwest of Charlotte. Okay, it's just gorgeous there. We were at the big convention center where they had a car thing, some kind of car thing at the time we were there, or maybe there's a car museum there, but my husband wasn't along, so I didn't have to go to the car thing. Shh, don't say anything. He's really into cars, my husband. So good to see you guys. I have been like a busy beaver here, more like a busy bee, making bee stuff, and I'm having a party on Saturday for my whole team. Well, the ones that are local, and the ones from out of town are getting, if they some of them are getting, if they want to, some of the goodies that we're doing in the make and takes, and we're doing swaps, and it's just, I'm already I've been telling you about it. It's super exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I've been working hard on all the things for Saturday. So NASCAR Museum. Yes, that's it, Tina. That's it. The NASCAR Museum. So right now I'm perfecting some cupcakes. And I'm going to put Ellie down. She wants to take her nap. Um, I decided to make some homemade um, cupcakes, not from a box mix, which I really have never done. So I'm on my second different chocolate cupcake recipe. The first one didn't turn out too well. Hi, Kay. Good to see you, also from North Carolina. So I'm on my second cupcake recipe, testing it out. And I want to make, I'm also practicing the frosting to make, I want it to look kind of like a beehive. So it's going to be a chocolate cupcake with a yellow swirly frosting to look like a beehive. And I've never done that frosting where you squeeze it. And so I'm practicing all of that. So when we're done here today, I have to go put the frosting on the second batch of the cupcakes. I'll probably take a picture of them when I get it refined just the way I want it to be. I know many of you are probably experts at that, but I have probably watched way too many cooking shows. That's my problem. I think I can do these things they show on those cooking shows. Okay, let's talk about what's new. The spring mini catalog is out, and it has so many gorgeous things in it. We're going to look at something today that you might not have noticed, and we're going to use a stamp set. Linda, I do too. That's why I'm really perfecting them. Julia, good to see you. Celebration. We call it SAB for short because it's like the biggest sale of the year, and we love it. And why do we love it? Because we get free prizes, free gifts. They're not really prizes, they're gifts with minimum orders, and we just love it. And K36 in Southeast North Carolina. So today I'm going to use 3 of the different free gifts from the Celebration catalog so you can see them. So some gifts are if you place a minimum $50 order, and some are if you place a $100 order. And so we're going to just take a little look at some of those today. And I do want to chat just a minute about the starter kit offer during Celebration, which is January and February this month. So we're already a quarter of the way through because it's mid-January. They always give a good starter kit special, which means that if you order the starter kit, you get something really nice. And this time you have 2 different choices. One is you can normally, to get the starter kit, you pay $99 and you get $125 worth of product of your choice. So you get, what is that? $26 free product. And so the 2 choices this time are you can get $155 of product for $99, so that's $56 in free product, or you can get this wonderful glass mat studio that I've been using. I'm going to use it again today, and I'm constantly finding new things I love about it. And the minute I got it, I put it down, and I have not changed it since. I have used it every day, and I love so much about it. I would say probably the 2 top things I love about it. Okay, Marcia, we'll see you when you get back. Mimi, good to see you from Wichita. How's the weather there? We're checking on weather as everybody checks in because I know that some of you are in some real cold. Anyway, the glass mat studio, my 2 favorite things about it are, the first one, I can stamp with the photopolymer stamps and I don't need to have a pad underneath. It's an amazing stamping surface. And the second thing is, that it has the ruler on it. The grid paper that we used to use, just plain grid paper, had the ruler, but you get it kind of mixed up and it would move and stuff. Eleanor, good to see you. So this Glass Mat Studio, and I'm going to turn you down in a minute, has the measurements right on it. They don't move, they don't go anywhere. So I find that I use them a lot. I really love my Glass Mat Studio. So I would encourage any of you who have not ordered the starter kit to get the starter kit during this great special. And I talked to a woman last night about getting the starter kit, and she ended up, she was not sure she was going to get it right now, but because she feels worried that there's an obligation. And I'm going to tell you, there is absolutely no obligation. You get all that stuff when you sign up and get the starter kit. No obligation. You can stay a demonstrator until July of this year. So you can stay a demonstrator for 6 months. During that whole entire time, or 6.5, you can order anything you order is 20% off, because that's what demonstrators get, 20% off, and that can move up to 25% off. And who doesn't want to get their best favorite products at 20% off? That's why I joined, because it's a wonderful best way to save money. That's all I'm going to say. And 35 for Mimi in Kansas. Is that where you were from? Yes, Wichita, 35. That is pretty cold for you guys there. I'm glad you're inside watching. So there's no obligation. And in July, during the month of July would be a pending month. There's a minimum. If you haven't ordered $300 worth of product in that 6 months, then they just leave you alone. From then on, you're not a demonstrator, and you can join again at another time if you want to. But it's such a great, there's just no real obligation. No one hounds you. I don't hound anybody. Nobody does. You just join if you want to. Get the starter kit. Start getting stuff for 20% off, and you won't look back. That's what's happened to me, and I would say most of my demonstrators. And we call them my downline. And if you don't do what I do, it's not a problem. It's called a hobby demonstrator, and they don't have any trouble filling those, buying product, because we all love it so much. So I would love for all of you, if you are not a demonstrator already, I would love for you to be on my team. And I do a lot of fun things for my team, like I talked about in the beginning, the party that we're having this Saturday. But I do a lot of other stuff, so I know you would love it. So enough said. We're just gonna move on and make a card. Are you ready? Oh, I forgot to talk about my Faith Creations class. This is the last day that you can order it today, and it's almost sold out because I can only make so many. This has been a really big seller. These are cards that I make and send in a class to go called Faith Creations, and they have scripture verses on them. And these are the cards you're going to make. You'll make 2 of each, and this one is a little flip-up card. And you get a bunch of goodies. You get paper butterflies, you get gems, you get designer series paper, and all you have to do is email me. I'll give you the link to sign up. $45 for the basic kit, or you can add on the stamp set and the dies, the thoughtful expressions, which are an amazing bundle. But hi, Marcia Fonte, 12. Oh my gosh. Not bad. Oh, you poor thing. So anyway, if you were thinking you were going to get the Faith Creations kit, email me tonight, shortly before 6 p.m. my time. It's just a couple hours because I have to place the order. But I've gotten a lot of people that want to do this class, and like I said, I can only do so many because I'm just one person. And so Becky, I don't use a stamp set. I print the scripture verses for you. So that's why you'll want to get the basic kit. I do have some people you can get the PDFs only, and I'm actually thinking of sending the printed just the Bible verses, because those are the most important thing about the Faith Creations classes is the scripture verse. That's why everyone loves them so much. It's because each card has a different scripture verse. And this month, of course, we're focusing on the love of God. And so it's called the greatest of these because of the verse that says the greatest of these is love. And So you guys having it. Marcia Fonte. Yes, they are gorgeous. And so anyway, if you I have a you can I have a link and I'll send you and everything. So just let me know. Email me if you're interested in this one, but I do one every month. So if you miss this one, you can catch the next one. Okay. Let's turn you down because we need to get started here. Goodness sakes. Okay, let me get the light up a little bit closer so we have more light. And this is our catalog. I'm going to show you the cards we're going to make today. We're going to make I'm only going to make one card. You don't mind that little glare on there, do you? Because it gives us more light. We're going to make we're going to make the stepped up version, but I want to show you a basic version. This, because I know that some of you are what we might call avid stampers, experienced stampers, and some others are just beginning. And if you're just beginning, all of these products do so much. We can start you out with the basics and you'll make a beautiful card. This is a beautiful card. And then if once you learn more, you can progress and make a more avid card or a more foo-foo card. And this is the kind I personally like to make, and most of you know that. Thank you, Roz. So we'll make the one with all the goodies, but I just want you to know the same thing you can make in a simple form, and it's a beautiful card. And this is the little envelope. I put these cute little flowers on it, and you could do the same thing, so it could go for either card like this. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. And this is one thing I was talking about. This Filled with Happiness is a stamp set that you might have overlooked in the catalog, and I want to show it to you because it's just, I think, super cute. So where is it? Here. I had it marked with my little paper clip. Here it is. It's called Filled with Happiness. And what is so neat about it is that it coordinates with the oval punch. Now, I just went on the Stampin' Up website, and the oval punch has sold out and won't be in until April. Oh my gosh. You know, I can't believe that. I just made these up. But many of you I know have the oval punch already, and if you don't, you can fussy cut the oval. It's not that big a deal. Or stamp it on a square, because this stamp set I think is just so cute. I'm going to show you some of the highlights. So it has a couple standalone sentiments. Hello, thanks, and congratulations. Then it has these cute oval sentiments with kind of florals that you can color in if you want to. We're going to use this one today, which you don't need to color in. But it's the cutest stamp set, I think. And that is on page 35 of the current mini catalog, the spring mini catalog. And then we're also using the postage stamp dies, perennial postage dies. I keep calling them the postage stamp dies. You can really see them more clearly right here, how they actually look with all the without all the goodies on them. But look at that nice finish. And here's what they look like. And I'm going to tell you guys a funny thing. Oh yes, Roz, I know. This stamp set is versatile. These are the dies. And I have to tell you something funny. This is the set. I thought I lost one because I thought something was here and I lost a die. But then I counted them and I looked over here and it's 12 dies, and I counted these and they're 12. So I wasn't missing a die after all. It just seemed to me there was such a big space that I thought I lost a die. So I don't want you to think that. It has these two which fit the card beautifully. And then these are the smaller ones that I have used over here for this more what we call avid card. So let's get started making it. So anyway, the dies are on page 25 and they come in a wonderful bundle. And so you can find those. I wanted to show you where to find them. Alrighty. So let's get out the goodies. Now this card today, I'm making in a little bit different. I'm making it in this opening that flips up, and all this is a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, just cut in half on the long side. And I think it's kind of different and fun. I like it because people don't really expect their card to open quite that way. They usually expect it to open this way, and I think I like it because it might give them a little surprise. So I've already got it scored at 5.5, and I'm going to go ahead and what we call burnish that score line with my bone folder so that it's nice and flat. And that's a little sound that the glass mat makes. Okay, I have these little lights. Let me see. I think they're battery lights. You can see them up here. And I think that I didn't charge them. But anyway, we'll use whatever light we've got. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and die cut our pieces. Now I'm going to tell you as I'm using the different papers what the designer series papers are, and this is a paper called Sunny Days, and it's a free gift with Celebration. It's on page 5, and I didn't really think much of it in the beginning, and now I'm finding I really like it. And so we're going to use 2 different patterns of this. So because I'm using these bigger dies, we have to get out the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine today. And you guys know I've been calling this guy lately Mr. Smooth because I do think he's very smooth. So let's get our main piece cut, our first background piece on our card. So here's our paper, and here's our largest die in the perennial postage dies. I'm going to angle it a little bit because that way it doesn't make a lot of noise as it goes through the machine. And this is why I call it Mr. Smooth. It's just so easy to run that die through. It really doesn't take a lot of effort at all. So here's our first piece, and look at those fabulous edges. Let me pull this out of the way here. Aren't those great? I just think it's so nice and different. I really like it. And then we're going to cut a piece of basic white cardstock. Sorry. The next size down. Let me confirm that that's the next size down. I don't want to cut 2 of the same size. Yes. Okay, it's the next size down. Just what I want. And so we're going to cut that and run it through the machine. Let's put our top plate on. Okay, I made a mistake earlier and I put my die in upside down and it kind of made a mark on the top plate, like a big mark. But I bet you guys have done that too. Yes, put prize if you want a prize today. I'll show you. Can you see right here that mark on my plate? Let me show it, see if you can see it. I don't know, you probably can't. Anyway, the die cut into my plate. Bad. Okay, so while we have this here, I'm also going to emboss this white piece with an embossing folder from the Celebration. It comes with a stamp set, and it's a little bundle that you can choose as your free gift for a $100 order. And I really like this embossing folder. If you have it, I know you do too. It's called Softly Sophisticated, and it's just a great one of those subtle types of embossing folders. And so in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, if you're not used to using it, I take off the other plates and I put on this embossing plate, which is the right size when you're using a 3D embossing folder. And I'll show you how pretty this comes out. Look how nice that looks. Can you see it? Isn't that pretty? I really love this plate. Okay, and now as long as we're here with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, we're going to do a little more die cutting, and then we can put our card together. So we're going to use a little smaller one of these dies, and let me get out some of the goodies. We're going to use a piece of crushed curry cardstock, And this is another one of the pieces of the Sunny Days Designer Series paper. There's the back and here's the front. And so we're going to cut out two of these the same size, and they're going to be angled on the card. One, the crushed curry is going to go behind the Designer Series paper. I can't do two at a time because I need the same die, right? Okay, so there's the first one. Isn't that just cute? I just really can't get over how darling these dies are. And then here's our second one, and these are just little scraps I'm using. That die just barely fits on there, right? Okay, here we go. So we get all the die cutting and embossing done, and then we assemble and stamp. We do need to stamp. I don't want to forget about that part. Okay. Now we can get the machine out of the way. And here's our second little embossed piece. Super cute. Super cute. Okay, so let's see what we've got going here. Here are our pieces, and here's our card. Okay, so the first thing we can do is put this piece on, and we can go ahead and glue this. I have these long sleeves I'm going to pull up so I don't get glue on them. Look at the back side of this paper. Isn't that super cute? Little cherries. I'm sure I'm going to make something with these cherries here soon. Come on, glue. Oh, I think the glue might be, okay, the glue might be stuck. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and this is what I do to unstick it. I just poke through there, and we'll see if that didn't loosen it in there. I've been using it all morning long. Okay, it's not happening. Then I have this Stampin' Pierce tool that I use if that doesn't work. Aha, a little thing came out of there. Alrighty, so now we're ready. Let me get that off my finger. You all know these things happen, so I'm just showing you what to do when it happens. There we go. Now our glue is running nice and smooth. And we'll just put it right on there. Just like that. Doesn't it look pretty just like that? I think it looks fabulous. So for our embossed piece, here's something else we're going to use from Celebration. This is the Pool Party crinkled ribbon. So crinkle ribbon. And I think it looks really cute right across there because this is Pool Party, the color Pool Party. And I'm just looking for my catalog. I just want to show you, this is one of the best things about Stampin' Up! One of the best things about Stampin' Up! Is color coordination. And so here is the Sunny Days paper that we're using. And in the Celebration catalog, right down in here under the description, it tells all the colors that are in it. And one of the colors is Pool Party. So a lot of times what I'll do if I'm using a certain Designer Series paper is I'll pull everything I have of some of the colors. I'll pull them all out and see what I want to use. And the thing I love is, look at that. It all matches together. I'm telling you, it makes me happy. When colors don't match, I'm not happy. And that is one of the things I love. I would say very close to the best. I don't know if I could say there's one thing that's the best about Stampin' Up! Because I love so much, but I will tell you that the color coordination is one of the best things. So I'm going to wrap the ribbon right around here, and what I use, you can use glue or anything, but what I like to do is put a little bit of the Stampin' Seal Plus on the back, just because then it's there and it's ready for me to stick on, and I can position my ribbon right where I want it to be, fold it over, and it's going to stick right on there. And there it is. Isn't it's just an easy way to do it. And now I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals to raise this up a little bit, this piece. And one thing I like to do is put a little dimensional at the tip of those ribbons just as an extra way to adhere them. You know what I mean? That way I'm not concerned that that the ribbon will come off, because that would upset me. So we're going to put probably like an overabundance of Stampin' Dimensionals. But because we're going to build this piece up, we're going to put other things on top of it. I want to make sure that it stays right where I want it to be. So now we're going to set this down. And so if you were making the more basic card, I didn't even put a ribbon on the more basic card. I can't remember where I put it here. But, well, it's here somewhere. But look at what a beautiful card that is already. It really doesn't matter what you do. It's going to be gorgeous. Here it is. Here's the basic card. And all you have to do is add the ribbon, and then it'll look a little bit even fancier. So that's the trick, is just add more. That's my policy. Okay, now we're going to get to a little stamping. I'm going to use Poppy Parade ink, and the reason is, if I were in a class, I would say, and the reason is, and you would all answer together, because Poppy Parade is a color in the Designer Series paper. Okay, so I'm going to get out a piece, a little scrap, and we'll go ahead and stamp the oval stamp that I've chosen. And again, this is a photopolymer stamp, and usually we would go on a pad to make sure to get a good impression, but all I do is make sure to press down and leave it for a few seconds, and I get a great impression. Isn't that pretty? And I really like this little sentiment. Just a note, you're wonderful, I appreciate you. Isn't that cute? So I am going to use my modern oval punch, which is now unavailable until they get it in April. But again, you could leave this on, you could just cut right there and have it on a rectangle, and it would look just as nice. Or you could, like I said, fussy cut around it. But since I do have the punch, and I know quite a few of you have already gotten the punch, we'll just punch that out. Okay, and now we're ready to start stacking things up. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to put our two pieces kind of angled like that. That gives a little modern look. So what I'm going to do is put a couple of dimensionals on the back of this one, because this is going to be the basic one. Then I'm going to actually glue this one on, and I want to have a little bit of the crushed curry piece showing on each corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little, this glue is a bit finicky today. And then I'm going to place this over so that little bits of crushed curry poke out on all the sides, okay? And then we're going to add it right over like that. And I've tried to put my dimensionals far enough apart so the ribbon can go in the middle. Just right in the center like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add even more fun, and I'm going to bring out a bit of baker's twine, and this is, I believe it's Sweet Sorbet. It's from the In Color baker's twine, and you get a pack of 5, and this is from, I believe, last year's In Colors. But they're always good for 2 years, so that would be 21 to 23, and they will change then in June, May or June of this year. Okay, so here's our little piece of baker's twine, and what I'm going to do is just tie a bow with some big loops because I want it to show through. Yes, Renee, I love the punch and stamps too. And Roz, the ribbon is beautiful. You've seen me cut it apart, I think. cut it in half lengthwise, and it really makes a nice look. Okay, so I'm going to make some big loops because I want it to show out from behind my oval. Okay, so I'm going to try to do kind of just like this. Let's give it a test. I want it to look like that. Pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to get some mini glue dots. Kind of almost out of these. Good thing I have an extra pack in my room, my craft room. I'm going to take, I don't think it'll be this week, but it might be Friday. One of these times I'm going to show you how I store my dies and a few other storage tips on one of the lives. So be watching for that. I don't know if I'll do it this week or not. It kind of depends because I've got a lot of busy stuff going on and I want to prepare for it. Okay, so I've got the little dot, my mini glue dot on the back there. I'm going to put this on at the angle that I want, which is this angle. I'm going to pull the little tails out, and then I'm going to, let's see, even sometimes you can, yeah, I can. You can make the loops a little bit larger even once you've adhered it down. Now I'm going to take 2 dimensionals, and just like the other one, I'm going to put one up higher and one down below so that it goes over the bow, and then you won't even know there's a knot in there. Okay, so let's see if we can position this just right. Okay, kind of like that. Isn't that cute? And then we'll just trim the little tails a little bit. Okay, now we're still not done. I told you we were going to have fun with this. So I'm going to go back to a technique that I've showed you guys before. These are the iridescent pearl basic jewels. And when I can't find a color of a jewel that I want to add onto my card, I color it that color with my Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. And this is a Poppy Parade one. I couldn't find any jewels that we had that were, well, that I have, that are Poppy Parade that I have from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to color some, and I want them to be the large jewels. I think I'll take these right here. Okay, can you see that? I hope you can see. I know the light is a little bit bad. And so I'm just going to go right around the little pearl, and I just color it with my Stampin' Blend. And I use the brush tip because it kind of goes in on the sides to get, because I kind of want it colored all on the sides. I try. You never know. You might not get that. Okay, there we go. So now we have our 3 pearls. I usually let them sit a minute. Let's see if I can go ahead and use them. And don't they look just so nice? Look at how good they're gonna go. They're gonna go perfectly. I love it. It doesn't really come off. And then I like to press down with the tip of my scissors to make sure they're really adhered there. So let's get our second one, and we'll put this one right up here. And again, I press down because I don't want them to fall off. When I give them to the person, I don't want all the little jewels falling off. That wouldn't be good. And then we'll just put one right down here. Whoops, uh-oh. That's not good. There we go. Isn't that cute? I think this is a super cute card, and again, you can make it any way you want. You can step it up any way you want. You could make a very simple card, or you could add just a couple things, or you could add a lot of things, and it'll turn out beautiful. And to stamp the envelope, I'm not going to do it now because we need to award a prize, but there's this cute little stamp in this set, just a little standalone flower with leaves, and I used that in the Poppy Parade for the envelope that I made for these. Where is that envelope? Let me see if I can show it to you. Yeah, There it is. Isn't that cute? I just put it all across the end, the bottom of the envelope, and there's the card. Okay, let's come back. Let me get you back here. There we go. Fun, right? Fun making a card. It's fun to just add stuff. Like I said, pull out all the things of those colors and then add what you want and express yourself through the addition of little fun things. You might just want jewels with a sentiment, or you might want just ribbon with a sentiment. It's always fun. Okay, so our prize from last week was the card that we made, which was this pretty simple Valentine. Not totally simple, but this is the style they call clean and simple, right? Clean and simple. And so our winner from last week is Marcia Long. Marcia, congratulations. I know she said she had to go, so I don't know if she's on right now. Marcia, the random number generator picked you, and so congratulations, and I will get this sent out to you. And for next week, I know I give these away a lot, but it's because I used them today. So for next week, some iridescent basic pearl jewels. If you don't have these, you must have them, because you can color them with, like I did today, and just use them with anything. So in a way, they're kind of money saving, because that way you don't need to get a lot of jewels. You can just get these and color them the color you need for your project. So if you want the iridescent basic jewels, put the word prize, and then I will enter you into the random number generator for next Wednesday. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me. I've appreciated it, and please stay warm, stay inside and make cards. It's the best thing to do. And I'll be back on Friday with another live for you.